I have the great pleasure of bringing up one of our two sponsors. Ophir Tanz is the CEO of GumGum, and GumGum is one of AdAge's new partners this year, and we're thrilled to have Ophir here. Ophir is going to talk to us about how brands are using images to tell great brand stories. So please help me welcome Ophir.
Hello. Hey everyone, it's great to be here. My name is Ophir Tanz. I am the CEO and founder of GumGum. If you're not familiar with GumGum, we invented the field of in-image advertising. We work with many of the largest brands in the world and also many of the largest publishers on the internet, reaching about 350 million monthly uniques. So this is a recent ad campaign, actually currently running now. In AdAge, the tagline is, "A picture is worth a billion engagements." And today I'm excited to share a number of studies that we've run over the past few months with you, and the results of those studies, and hopefully you will agree that a picture is indeed worth a billion engagements. So before we do that, I just want to show you a few quick live examples of what an in-image ad actually looks like, in case you're not familiar. If we could jump into the demo, please. So here is an ad campaign that we ran with Paramount. So Paramount wanted to target all images of Katy Perry across our platform. As you can see here, the ad loads within the frame set of the image, right in line with the content that users are actively engaging with. If you were to actually click on this unit, it would load up a lightbox experience. You would see a video play, and you're able to interact with it in a variety of other ways. I can't show that here because it's an offline demo, but if you go to gumgum.com, you could see several more. And if we can go to the next one, this is another impactful unit that we run. If you scroll down, it takes over the entirety of the image for up to 5 seconds. In this case, it's Bud Light targeting NFL content. Obviously, a very impactful unit and very difficult to ignore that experience. So if we could jump back into the presentation. Next, we're going to talk about sort of engagement. On average, we see at least 10 times the engagement of traditional ad units, and oftentimes much, much higher. So from a CTR perspective, here's a campaign that we ran with Chobani before, during, and after the Olympics. This ran on shape.com, targeting obviously Olympics imagery. And this campaign at pretty large scale saw 0.7% CTR. And from an engagement perspective, ComScore defines engagement as an actual mouse pointer being within the frame set of the ad for half a second or more. This is a canvas unit that collapsed down into this. This is Lincoln conquesting Volvo images, and here we saw an engagement percentage of 22%. Just to put that into perspective, the average engagement that ComScore sees across all of its partners is 2.2%, so significantly higher engagement here. So brand studies, we do a ton of brand studies, and I'll show you a couple here today. Here's a study that we actually put out with Nielsen. You could find it on their website and also our blog. And in this case, Toshiba promoting its new line of LG TVs, targeting a whole host of relevant content, and we saw a lift of 32%, which is very high. And next, here's a campaign that we actually featured in the in-image advertising primer. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was published last week by the IAB. We co-authored the paper. We shared the in-image board over at the IAB, and in this case, it's Cat's Pride, targeting images of cats. Obviously, very straightforward there. And this campaign saw a 37% lift in awareness, which is over 3 times the industry average. So next is, obviously the very important subject of viewability. Very disconcerting that over half of all display ads online don't have the opportunity to be seen. We have significantly higher viewability rates than what you typically see. So with in-image advertising, if there are 10 images on a page and only 2 of those images actually come to view of the browser, only 2 ads will load, and most other ad formats don't operate in that fashion. Here's a campaign that we did with BMW, as measured by Double Verify, an overall viewability rating of 80%. Worth noting that 100% is not possible due to bounce rates, so there is sort of an upper limit there that is not 100%. Next is one of our in-screen units. This is different than an image slightly, but we do offer a few other solutions. This has many of the same characteristics as is in-image advertising, and this saw an overall viewability percentage of 86%. So here's how we compare at large scale across the double verify and ComScore benchmarks. As you can see, higher across the board. Our overall viewability rating is 81% on average, and we're constantly working to improve that number. But this is something that we've been focused on far before it was sort of the popular topic, because intuitively it makes a lot of sense. So lastly, before I leave you guys, I just want to make the point, and we actually have an article that we posted on AdAge today, an op-ed around this topic. If you're interested in reading it, you can check that out. But the concept of viewability is not the same as being seen. So this is typically how a user will interact with a web page. They obviously are coming to websites to consume content. In image is typically the hero unit of that page. There's very little heat in any eye tracking study you look at, typically around the perimeter of the page, the right rail, and the top of the page. Yet this is where we place all of our advertisements traditionally online, which we think is flawed in many ways. So you could see here and also here another eye tracking study that we ran. We're obviously placing marketing messages in line with the content that users are actively engaging with. The results across the board are really encouraging, very strong, and we're seeing sort of a lot of success across every major brand metric as a result. So we'd love to sort of explore this with you further. If it looks interesting, please feel free to shoot me a note directly. My email address was supposed to be here, but it's ophir@gumgum.com or contact@gumgum.com, or feel free to find us as several GumGum folks here today. And I really appreciate your time, and thanks so much.